Hey, it's your girl Barbie J here, and we are talking about Belle Collective Season 1, Episode 8, Contracts and Balances, and we know who that was about. That was about Letitia and her husband, Glenn. Correct? Okay, so before we get started, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe now. Hit the little subscribe button that's red. Hit the little notification bell next to it. It'll let you know every time Barbie J upload a new video, which is usually daily. Now let's get started with my shout outs. For those who've been holding down my channel, in the comment section, we have Lamont Simpson, Bobby Ray, Celine Breeden, Ty Harrell, Usha Morrison, Tiffany Harrell, Sylvester 23, Shanice Says, Isaiah Hill, Miss V, and Tia Divine. Thank you all for your comments, and I look forward to hearing more from you guys in my next video as well, and this one. Now, it starts off with Letitia is meeting up with Marie to update her on what's been going on because they haven't seen each other in a while, right? Marie has been busy, as we saw in the past episode, so she's not aware that Ferris Street has been put on hold. And Letitia's telling her why, and it's because of her and her behavior at the brunch as well as the other lady's behavior. So Marie is feeling like really bad, and she's apologizes for her behavior because she's finding out that it's a cause for Ferris Street project being put on hold. But Letitia did let her know that the councilman said that he would give her another chance, but they had to all start working together and be supportive of each other, because that's what they want to build this up. They don't want messiness with all these women fighting and stuff like that. Okay, so then she tells her about the sistervention. And she was like, she tells her everybody who was there, and then say, guess who they were talking about though? She said, who? She's like, I'm looking at her. And I said, oh Lord. She said, me? Why are they talking about me? She said, yeah, they said to beware of the company you keep, and Marie is not a good look for you. And she was like, what? She said, that is some messiness. She said, they want to tear me down just to lift themselves up. She said, that sounds like some jealousy type stuff and intimidation, you know? But she brushed it off. Marie was like, I got so much other things going on. I ain't got time to be worried about what I said to somebody who hurt their little feelings. And she was talking about Kaylon, because that whole thing wouldn't have happened if Kaylon didn't try to make everything about her. I'm thankful that she ain't in this damn episode. So let's move on. So anyway, then we go to the photo shoot with Latrice, her new product line, and they're waiting for the Claremont twins to show up, and the photographer, and he's driving from Atlanta, and he's late as ever. And then the water that they have to wash the twins' hair and color it is dirty and stuff, so they don't know what to do. And I'm sitting in my head saying, y'all ain't got no bottled water around. Y'all don't have no bottled water. They're like, what we gonna do? It can mess up the color of their hair with the dye, and oh Lord. And then here come Cliff. Well, I could go and buy some bottled water. Hell yeah, I can't believe y'all don't have a water cooler in the building. Most companies do. I don't know. So then, you know, so Cliff is sitting there annoying Latrice because the twins finally show up. And I don't think the photographer's not there. The twins show up, and Cliff started talking about, ooh, they got some big fat lips, because they did look like them things was like, looked like they had injections put all up in their mouths. And so she said, he always said he always got to be bothering me. You know, it's like he make these comments and knows it's going to get under my skin. She said, and that's something we need to work on. She said, and I don't have time for all this little pettiness and stuff, she said about him. I said, okay, girl, I hear you. So then they show Letitia. She's getting ready, you know, because her husband's coming home. He's gone, you know, 14 days out of work at a time. And then he comes back, which is a whole lot of time to be messing around, don't you think? And I thought she had some infidelity in her family before with him. So let's see what happens. I didn't realize they've been together since high school. That is really nice. They showed the pictures of them when they were younger. She was slimmer, and they looked the same. No, it was funny. But anyway, so she gets all sexy dub and the nails done and everything, the hair, the makeup, little nightgown, whatever. And he comes home, and she done cooked his favorite foods and everything. She had this singer named Air. she had a singer named Air come, you know, and wanted her to sing her feelings to, sing Letitia's feelings to Letitia's husband. Okay. Because Letitia said, I'm not a singer. So she got this girl to come. So the word, they had her hiding in the closet, and she had to use the keyword. And the keyword was everlasting love. The girl told her to use the keyword. You think she came out the damn closet? She had to say that keyword like 3 times before the girl came out the closet and started singing, you know, the words. So it was so funny, you know. So he, you know, he was in awe. Her husband was in awe and everything. And he was checking. I said, look at him. He checking her out. I don't care what nobody say. Glenn was checking out that singer. She had on her little sheer, little red outfit. And he was acting like he's going to walk her out. And she's like, no, I got this. You stay right here. And Letitia walked out. She said, look, her job is done. Bye-bye. You know, she know her husband. She know her husband. So she ended that. And she went back in the room to talk to him. And what does he bring up? He brings up that damn contract again. She's like, are you for real? Are you for real with this? He was for real. So then it switches over to Tamara, whatever. And she's talking about she wants to expand her career and stuff. So and you know, because we all know she want to go national and everything. So she made a reel to show a different side of her, to see, you know, a different side of herself. And so she reached out to a friend. This friend, she said he's a colleague and a friend, and his opinion she really trusts and respects. So she plays the reel for him, and he's looking confused. And she said, I could tell by the way you look confused. And he's like, yeah, because I don't know what's going on here, you know. And he said, first of all, you wasn't serious enough. You wasn't serious enough, because he told it, she need to change the tone of her voice. Hello, thank you, Lord. I thought it was so funny. He said, you need to change the tone of your voice. And what else? There was something else. Oh, and he told her to just watch some local news, watch some of her local news people, and get an idea how she's supposed to, local news anchors, you know, see how she's supposed to act and how they act, and try to model that, I guess. So she was like, dang, you know. But she said, should I not be myself? Because that's what it sounds like you're saying. He's like, no, honey, be yourself. But she says, well, can I show that to anybody? He said, do not show that. Do not show. Do not show. She got that like, yeah. I'm like, I can't stand it. Somebody wrote before that when she does the other part, when she's talking about herself, it's better when she does that. But when she's on this show, she's like, yeah. Anyway, let's go on for her. What else happened? Marie and Essie are out celebrating their new 10,000 square foot mental health facility. And they're going to have a ribbon cutting, and they're so excited. And she's upset. You know, they're amazed at how far they've come. They remember when they was back in the day when they didn't know how they was going to pay for the lights to stay on or pay their rent and stuff. So it's wonderful. So, of course, Marie brings up her husband, Cedric, because he promised to be there for the ribbon cutting, and he hasn't called her or contacted her, and he was supposed to be home 2 days ago. So Essie comes up and says, he's a parasite. I said, damn. She said, he's a parasite who leeches off of you. And she said, and you don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. I said, oh man. She said, he leeches and he drains you emotionally. And I said, wow. That sounds sad though. It sounds sad. Doesn't it sound sad? Oh, my nose itch. So she said, you're a boss in every aspect of your life except when it comes to him. Why is that? And so Marie has her head down on the table, and she's down and she's feeling bad about herself. And she's so disappointed that she has allowed herself to stay in a toxic relationship with this man. Now here he is. She's been with him for 12 years. He's in Aruba. He's in Aruba. You know he ain't in Aruba alone. And if he in Aruba alone, he sure is trying to get with somebody, because infidelity was big time for him too. So, and just think, she said she's 40 years old. So I'm like, okay, all of them around 40, because isn't Tamara 40 also? Anyway, so that scene went on. Then what happened? It goes back to the radio station, and we find out that their radio station, the program director gets Tamara Marie. She's like, what happened? What did I do? You know, and they're like, no, we have 2 #1 shows. They have the #1 show with Ricky Smiley, and then they have a new daytime queen, the Daytime Diva show with Tamara Cherie. So they were celebrating and drinking and everything. And what happened? What happens is they must have invited Letitia, or she just happened to show up. And she comes in, and they're like, oh, you invited her? And she was like, oh, my girl, Tamara Marie, I remember back in the days with her in the clubs and her working all the time and trying to get there. She deserves this win. I'm so proud for her. You know, she giving her shout out to her girl. But then she starts talking to Tamara Marie about the whole, what happened? Oh, no, I skipped a part. I had to go back because she was talking to Tamara Marie about her balance coach and how she needed to go out on a date with other couples. And Tamara was like, I don't know, me and my man ready for that right now. I don't want to scare him off. I don't blame her. She's like, no, you know, I don't want to scare him off. You know, yeah, you respect her, but do you really know this man? You know, but I mean, after we see who she is invited to the event, did she know any of their husbands? Let's be for real with that. So, but Letitia and her husband, they went to see a balance coach. And when they saw the balance coach, it was helping them balance their relationship between work and personal. And so she had them role play, and they played each other. And of course, they played that last scene when he came home and he looking for food and she's like on her cell phone and da-da-da-da. So they played each other out, and what happened? Ooh, I missed it. Oh, so after that, the coach is talking to them, and they sit down and they realize, oh yeah, I noticed this about myself with that. I noticed I come home and I was ready to start something. And she's like, I noticed that I'm not paying him attention. I'm looking at my phone. So they worked that out. But then he goes and pulls out a contract. He's like, I got a contract. And she's looking at him like, no, you didn't bring that. And even the coach is looking at them. So I'm going to call a therapist or counselor. I don't know. I'll call it counselor. Anyway. So he tried to read that out, and Letitia said, honey. She pulled out her contract and said, I got a contract too. I know my husband. She said, I know my husband, and I knew what you were going to try to do. And she said, and so she was like, no, your contract is saying this and mine say that. And they were like, whoa. I thought that was so cool. So she checkmate his behind with her contract. And he was like, whoa, I was not prepared for that. She said, I know you wasn't. And so the coach suggested that they get with other couples that you feel have successful marriages and see how to make it work. So that's what Letitia went to the radio station to speak to Tamara about. And Tamara wasn't down with it. But then, of course, Tamara went on. And what did Tamara start talking about? What did Tamara start talking about? Her fibroids and her frozen eggs, and did I tell you about it? And, you know, she said, did I tell you that I might have to have another surgery and stuff? So, you know, Letitia, she was like, girl, if you need me for anything, just let me know. I'll be there. So that was a beautiful part, you know. But Tamara was not trying to invite her boo yet to this dinner. She did not want to scare him off, like she said. So Marie, it goes back to Marie, and she's discussing Cedric with Essie. And she's tired of him embarrassing her and humiliating her in front of people in public, you know. So, and I guess that's him not showing up and being there by her side. That can be humiliating, you know. I remember I was at a ribbon cutting and I was chosen to make a speech, and they picked me out of 41 other people, other families. They picked me, and my soon-to-be husband was not there. He was so jealous, he didn't show up. He went to work, told me, oh, I can't take a day off. I'm a damn lie. Anyway, You know, but it's embarrassing. You get there and your husband not there, your significant other, husband or wife, either way, it's embarrassing for people, you know. But anyway, so Maurice discussed that, and Essie asked, so why did she give him so many chances? And she said she thought he would change. You know, he would try to change and then he would revert right back. That's why. You know, and she loved him. She loved her husband, but he don't love her. As Essie said, he don't love you the way you love him. She said, it's time. So Marie said, it's time to take the trash out. And she packs up his things. She had Essie help her pack up his things. And she said, well, what you going to do with these boxes? She said, I'm going to drop them off at his house. I said, damn, special delivery? She said, special delivery. So she packed up his stuff, put it in the boxes, dropped them off at his doorstep. I said, wow. So, and she's like, I can't keep up with this. I can't do this. I got boys in the house. She got 3 sons. And he's not setting a good example of, you know, they need to know how to treat a woman the correct way, as what she put it. He needs to know how to, they need to learn how to treat a woman the right way. And he's not providing that. Her husband's a jerk. He really is. So he had promised to be at the ribbon cutting, like I said, but she don't think he's going to be there. So she decided it's time for her to move on. And that's what she's doing. And what she did was she dropped those boxes off and they got back in the car. And she said it feels like a weight was lifted off of her when she dropped that stuff at his doorstep. He going to come home, or if he's home, open his door because he might be in there with a woman. Who knows? But she said the weight's been lifted off of her. So she done. She said, I am done with her. I'm moving on. I said, go girl. Go, go, go girl. It's time. That's some bull. What he's doing? Anyway, ain't no man gonna let a woman get away with that. That don't make no sense. So it ends with Letitia and her husband, Glenn. They put together a couple's dinner about black love. The theme is black love. And she invited Latrice and Cliff. And Melanie came with her date to LaMarcus or somebody. And then out of nowhere, here come Marie. Marie showed up with this 6'11" dude, and nobody know who he is. But what's funny is his name was Darius. But what was funny is they showed Latrice saying something in the confessional or whatever, and she's like, "I'm just like, I thought she was married. She married or not?" Now, from what I understood, they didn't even know who Latrice was. I mean, who Marie was in the first place. So when Marie coming with this man, how you know that man ain't her husband? You don't know nothing about Marie. From what I understand, when we heard you and Antonia talking, y'all didn't know what she did. So how would y'all even know who her husband is? So for her to be in a confessional saying, we all just looking like nobody know who he is, how you know? How you knew that wasn't her husband? So that was the only part that got me like, okay, but what does that mean? Anyway, that was what happened. We're going to see what happens next week, you know. But Marie was really down on herself and disappointed in herself for allowing this man to, you know, hurt her over and over again and take advantage of her. And I feel bad for her because with her being sick and stuff, and, you know, we heard those stories about her with her lupus and stuff and how he didn't know if she was going to live or die and he wasn't around. So, you know, but I'm glad she's moving on. Hopefully, you know, she'll be dating some more. That's what she needs. She needs some happiness in her life. Maybe then she'll stop messing with people. Somebody did say maybe she need a little something to stop fussing with people. I don't know. I'm just saying. But this your girl, Barbie J, signing off. See you in the next video. Peace.